You know.
Got it like.
They can try, but can do it like Vinny. Yeah, no permission. I got it.
Chasing love in an empty bar. Pour a drink till I make it past. The midnight hour seems to come and go, but I know. Walk on up with a drink in hand, sipping mixers cause you can. And all the lights begin to switch off. You're chasing the light, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the light, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the night, holding on for holding on for life, feeding the high, chasing the night, chasing the night. Hotel rooms and city squares, champagne bottles, drum and snare. The sights and cities seem to fall away when you stay. Locked in love for a night or two, losing sleep just to get off you. Day to day you wanna stay out, you're chasing the light, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the light, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the night, holding on for feeling the high, chasing the night, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night, chasing the night.
You call my bluff for the last time. This ain't a song, it's a battle cry. No life. I see the clue between the strobe lights. I'm haunted, black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Used to want it bad, used to want it bad, but I can't taste it. I can't help you now, okay? Follow me around, okay? Black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Follow me around, okay? Black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Got too much up on my plate, now I can't think. I said woke up, take a X, and now I'm feeling this is it. Want the money, want the rest. I do purse, not no cess. They say, Don, it's why you sad. I said, I just need a thing. Red tape, got too close, I hate the city. Black face, show you everything you need till you fornicate it bad. Someone said it's sad, cause I used to want it bad. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you too many times, yeah. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you. I know it's in my head. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. No pulse and all alone. Time's not kind and it won't.
Welcome to the cast, everybody. Hamtaro here, checking in with you live for this Season 38 debut for Enterprise, who's just coming off winning their regulation match versus Bank of Pepsi. Had a fun time casting that one as well. Looks like Apeks spreading out here. Not looking to rush anything quite yet. Contact about to be made near A main and Donut here. Mangus off to the side. And A main not quite going to be able to fire off any shots yet. And that might cost Enterprise. Apeks squeezing here onto the A site, both from CT spawn flank and from A main. Minute 8 on the clock. Dennis and Mangus still haven't been able to finish each other off there over near A main. Dennis and Freddy Frog, though, throwing their Glocks into the mix quickly. Freddy Frog with 3 gnarly Glock headshots there to finish off the round in Apex's favor. So the Swedes with a pretty strong pistol round there. Even without that insanity from Freddy at the end, I think Apeks probably would have still held on to that round. Bomb rotating back with his teammates through ruins right now towards B long. Asilion coming out of Cubby to meet up with his other teammates here at B. That's going to be all 5 Apeks players looking to commit to the B site here. They're, of course, with rifles in hand coming off that pistol W. EP, though, also on a full buy here on the CT side. That's 4 Deagles and a Scout in the hands of Force. You definitely don't count them out of this one yet. Apeks moving on to B. Grusarn from opposite Cubby finds the first kill, actually. Dennis in sight, able to hold off just enough space for Relax to get the plant down there. Enterprise forced into a save here. Regardless of this being an eco, that was a pretty strong take again from Apeks. Forsey not able to have any fun with that scout yet. Maybe fired off one shot into the site before falling back through spawn there, but Apeks will secure a second round for themselves, and Enterprise not going to be in the best economic situation here, essentially 2,400, 2,500 across the board for them. So this is going to have to be a pretty hard eco for EP here. Enterprise deciding to rush all the way up through A mid, already making contact with nearly all of Apeks here. It's going to be Dennis and Grusarn coming up big with those Galil and AK combos there. Two-man advantage for Apeks. Forsey still alive with that scout. Maybe he can do something interesting over here at the A site, but gets caught by Dennis with that Galil, and that's only a Daegis remaining. Maybe get a cheeky pick here and save himself a rifle, but even that would be pretty difficult to do. It's not going to happen. Dennis finishing him off there after the bomb had been planted. And Apeks up to an early 3-0 lead here on Ancient. Apeks potentially on a B rush here. A Daegis about to make contact over near B long, but Apeks already moving towards Cubby. The live again pushing up near Donut here. Grusarn trying to lead his team through Cubby to the B site. Apeks almost stepping into the site there, but deciding not to. They're holding off a bit, potentially rotating over here to mid. Enterprise, though, already pushing through mid from the A side. Less than a minute on the clock. This round really could go either way here still. Not a lot of significant damage done to either team. Forsey is sitting at half HP with that AWB on the CT side. Apeks still not pushing on to B yet. Enterprise does have a crossfire set up across default in the B site. Apeks, though, finds Audacious rotating out of his crossfire spot. He's going to make him pay for that. Big op kill there. Matisse likely going to have to get at least one here, and he does make that two. Make that a third for Matisse. Playing from opposite corner of default with that M4. That's going to leave only Relax remaining for Apeks, and there's no time left on the clock. And Enterprise will grab their first round via time expiring here. Relax was able to save that AWP, and Apeks does have a considerable amount of cash to fall back on here. So this is going to be a full buy for sure from Apeks here. Apeks again moving towards B long early. This is not a B rush though. Drop the bomb behind them to play things a bit more conservatively here. Relax again. Pushing up B ramp, trying to catch Enterprise on any kind of inner sight rotate there. Matisse working off that flash from Aegis. Some great chemistry there, finishing off Relax with a quick AK headshot around the corner at B ramp. This is going to leave Enterprise in a one-man advantage scenario. Minute 2 left on the clock here. The live, nice shot near Donut, takes out Grusarn, looking for a second. He's going to land it. That's 2 quick headshots from the live there over near the A site. Dennis able to find Matisse there, pushing near A. There's going to be a trade involved, but not onto Dennis. Dennis still alive with 21 HP here. Does have the C4, but almost certainly going to get tagged as he makes his way into the B side here. That's going to be the live rotating around from CT spawn, cleanly taking out Dennis there. Nowhere Dennis could go, just too many CTs to deal with there. The live about to make contact here at mid as Apeks is making their way towards mid as well. Apeks actually holding off here just ever so briefly. They're only working with one rifle here. That's the AK in the hands of Dennis still. Dennis will indeed use that rifle effectively early, but gets traded by Aegis. Apeks gonna fall back with that rifle. It's gonna be 2 AKs they can work with now after nabbing that AK off the live's body. That might prove fatal for Enterprise here. Mangus, though, clean pick at A main there, partially threw the smoke grenade into mid. Apeks still advancing onto the A site. Plant will get planted without too much contest there. B, looking to retake, and it's going to be Forsey and Matisse cleanly coming in there at the last minute. A pretty strong retake there from Enterprise. I was a bit concerned for them because Apeks seemed to have some pretty good positioning there, but despite being outmanned in the final few seconds of the round. Apeks heading up ruins towards the B site. Again, some nicely placed Molotovs from Enterprise coming in quickly there. Apeks able to distinguish those fires, but not before burning Dennis down to 36 HP. Apeks still lingering near B ramp. Matisse on the quick peek again with some chemistry involved there from Aegis, dropping the flashbang just before that. Forsey with his AWP out from sight does land the quick pick onto Freddy Frog. He's going to have to be careful if he pushes back for that same angle. Apeks was on that double boost for a moment. They're now making their way up B. Ramp towards B, but Matisse again with a trifecta of perfectly placed AK headshots onto B ramp. And Apeks denied access to the B bomb site there pretty firmly. And it looks like Apeks will indeed call for a timeout here. They're not going to be able to get a full buy this round. All players of Apeks in that 3 to 3.5K range here. Live play has resumed. Apeks again making their way up ruins early. Will they rush into the B site? Looks like they're already moving up B ramp. This is an all-out B rush from Apeks. Let's see how EP responds defensively. Nicely placed utility coming in from EP. They're going to land the first kill of the round there with the Molotov. Freddy Frog, though, already creating some space in the site with that MAC-10 as Cillion throwing his P250 into the mix. I don't know how Freddy still survived that with a single HP. The Live potentially on a lineup here, and that's going to be a huge collapse for the Live, picking up 3 quickly with the M4 there. Forsey finishing off Dennis with the Desert Eagle promptly after that, and Enterprise will secure a 5th round for themselves here in map 1 of this BO3. Apeks spreading out here on their default. Enterprise falling back just a bit here towards default onto the B side defensively. Apeks taking their time here. Sarn using that Molotov towards mid and then peeking out quickly after with that AK, takes out the Live. With an accurately placed AK headshot there. Freddy Frog and Relax right there to back up their teammate with a couple quick picks of their own. That's going to leave only Mangus and Aegis remaining for the CT side here, and Aegis almost able to get a multi-kill in there. Does take out Dennis, but Relax right there for the quick trade off headshot. Flax again flexing that op accuracy and patience, grabs the final kill of the round, and Apeks slicing this EP lead to a single round now. Enterprise able to squeeze out some rifles still. Forsey also able to grab an AWP, but if Enterprise doesn't pull off this round, they'll again be in a bit of a dire economic scenario. Apeks with not a lot of money to fall back on either, but considerably more than Enterprise here. Apeks taking their sweet time again here, actually letting the clock run down even more than last round. Less than 40 seconds remaining. Apeks grouped up here at the A side. It's going to have to be a B commit, but Matisse and Mangus just too strong on the crossfires here. Mangus actually picking up 3 with the AUG there. Perfect placement there from Mangus and showing off a lot of patience in the process as well. That's going to leave only Asilion remaining for Apeks here. And he's going to be, of course, forced to save this. Only 15 seconds left, but wow. Quite a play there that we saw at the A site there. It's going to leave Enterprise again in a 2-round lead here. Let's see if they can build off this momentum. They're clearly looking to, running the double AWP setup now. Apeks holding off at ruined doors for now, ever so gradually making their way towards B site and Cubby. They are split off in a bit of a default here. Live with an aggressive push, immediately taking out Grusarn and Dennis in mid there after pushing out A main, and that's going to be rough for Apeks to rebound from. This was already going to be a rough eco round for them regardless, and now they've only got 1 rifle remaining to work with. That's in the hands of Asilion. Enterprise still with all 5 players alive. Apeks, though, making the most of this, rushing onto the B site there late in the round, able to get the plant down. Asilion backing up Freddy with an AK pick as well, and all 4 members of EP rotating from back site now. Mangus able to find a quick headshot with the AWP onto Freddy Frog there at B ramp. Asilion with only 9 HP and a dream, and not going to be able to avoid that HE. Nicely thrown there from the live. And Enterprise indeed building off this newfound momentum they've apparently stepped into the past few rounds here. That's going to lead for Apeks to call for time. Apeks appear to be still talking this over. Clearly they have enough money to buy. Guess they're deciding if they want to throw an AWP in the mix potentially. Grusarn and Relax clearly with enough money to buy here. Live play officially resuming here. The live again on the aggressive mid push. Gonna hold off Apeks with that utility. Apeks was looking to get a peek early there at mid. That's not gonna happen. They're not even gonna be able to get a peek in at B yet with a perfectly placed Molotov from the CT side coming in there at ruined doors. Live with another impressive pick here, this time from Donut. Grusarn definitely not going to be too happy about that one. Apeks, I'm sure, was hoping to get back into things this round, but there's just no clear path here for them into either side. Enterprise just playing these very solidified angles. Apeks now finding a chance at the A side, actually, as the live takes a step back towards Donut. He does land a second pick there onto Asilion. Relax, faking the plant. He's going to have to deal with a lot of pressure here from CT Spawn, Matisse, and Forsey immediately on the rotate, picking up two. Dennis actually flanking behind them near Spawn, but Mangus ultimately able to get the trade a few seconds later. And Enterprise now up by 4 rounds here on map 1. And it looks like Apeks again calling for a timeout here. Appears to be a tactical timeout. This is not a tech. So they're once again going to be seeing if this should be a forced full buy here. Not necessarily forced, but Relax and at least one other player kind of right on the cusp there. Relax sitting at 3,700. He is going to buy a Galil instead of an AK here. Some early utility here going out from both teams. Apeks looking to make their way onto the B site, but Matisse right there in opposite corner of default finds a second kill as well onto Freddy Frog as Apeks flies out of that B ramp. They do have the corners of sight smoked off here. Plant not completed yet. There's the C4 coming in. The live being forced to fall back here behind back wall. And Relax with some nicely placed suppressive fire through that smoke grenade. That's going to bring this to a 3-on-3 scenario here. Dennis with the perfect flank, it seemed, but not able to pull off the kill there. Forsey responding with the AWP, and Forsey again moving into sight with a quick reaction there near B ramp onto Asilion. And Enterprise gonna hold on to that one after an insane retake and nearly no time remaining to defuse that. Grusarn flexing that 5.52 at middle, working out perfectly so far. Freddy Frog and Grusarn picking up another kill after Grusarn's initial 2K there. It looks like Grusarn's 3K will be enough for Apeks to secure this, unless the D just pops off here on some kind of insane 1v3 retake. D just may be looking for at least one here. He's moving through CT spawn. He doesn't quite see Freddy Frog yet. That smoke hadn't dissipated enough yet. Regardless, Apeks securing a 5th round for themselves. I'm sure they'd like to get this final round before going into second half. Maybe bring this to within a 3-round game for themselves. Aegis and Matisse holding down Cubby and B Long early here. Freddy Frog getting some action going for the Apeks side, but 4C right there waiting for him, and A main nowhere he could go. Tries to get the crouch peek, but it's just not going to happen. 1-man advantage for Enterprise now with a minute remaining on the clock here. Sarn eventually able to take out Matisse there as he rotates down B long, but Aegis waiting right there at the top of B ramp. That's going to be bad news for Grusarn. Walks right into that M4 headshot. Relax, still trying to make his way into the B site here, but 4C with the perfect timing on the peak after the rotation. And we will be going into the second half with Enterprise up 10-5 here in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. 'Cause I'm so sick of this friend zone. Whatever it is, it just feels so real. And your eyes keep on talking in the silence, and all the blood to my cheeks are rushing now, yeah, yeah. And I'm hoping you are getting closer. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. And that I'm sick of this friend zone. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? 'Cause I'm so sick of this friend zone.
We are officially back here for the second half. Enterprise with this 5-round lead going into half 2. Let's see if Apeks has something to say about that here defensively. Dennis is going to land the initial pick there onto the B site. It almost looked like it was through the smoke, but not quite. Adijah falling early. Plant still going down for Enterprise here. Dennis looking for a second, not able to find it. 4C there, able to take him out long range with the block. 4C looking for another, is going to find it. Down to Cillian there near back wall. Grusarn with a perfect angle, flanking from B long here. Him and a teammate coming up B ramp with force right now, looking to retake 2v3. And Grusarn with an amazing display of accuracy with that USP, moves from Mangus right over to Matisse with that silenced USP. Freddy Frog will indeed be able to get the defuse with barely any milliseconds left on that timer. And Apeks securing a 6th round for themselves here in half 2. Live, unfortunately, falling early there. Unfortunate for his teammates, I should say, as they were looking to get some kind of default spread going on. I'm sure they weren't trying to lose somebody that early in the round. So 4C gonna try to make sure Apeks doesn't push anyone else from that B ramp side. Matisse looking to lead his team into the B site from Cubby there. Makes connection onto Dennis. Mangus holding back in mid. Will find Freddy Frog near Donut. Grusarn on the rotation does find a kill himself. That's going to bring things to a 3-on-3 here. And EP looking to hold the side as well as they can with these 2 damaged players. Matisse and Adijah bleeding from the neck. Matisse especially with 6 HP there. And Grusarn and Cillian looking to firmly retake that after that first 2K. It's only 4C left. He's going to have a shot at this, but not quite able to convert. Grusarn right there to fire back. But wait, this defuse is not going to be completed in time. No kit. And this round will be going the way of Enterprise after a clean retake from Apeks, but just not quite able to get on the bomb in time. And that'll lead to a timeout actually being taken by Enterprise here as they take a moment to cool off from that and figure out what they're going to buy here. They're not exactly in the best economic situation. 4C able to retain that AK, but the rest of the team going to be a bit unknown here in terms of weaponry. Live play has resumed. Nice shot from Matisse there, leading Enterprise into the A site already. Looks like they will indeed get the plant here. Apeks being forced back all the way to CT spawn here. They've only got 3 deagles and a scout left to work with. And Mangus thought he was flanking the flankers there. And he was! Able to find Asilion not checking the angle. And that's going to leave only 3 players remaining for Apeks. Certainly too much to overcome here in terms of a retake. And they'll have to try to... Oh, that's only 2 weapons they can save now. Grusarn looking to save this scout. He's only got 3 HP left. Might survive this if Enterprise doesn't hunt too hard. Enterprise spreading out here on their default early. It's not going to be another rush. Apeks forced into another save here, by the way. Looking a bit grim on the weaponry. 3 USPs, a deagle, and Grusarn, of course, able to retain that scout from last round. Slight amount of damage going out earlier in the round, but no registered kills yet. That could be about to change. Mangus looking to lead his team into the A site. Will finish off Dennis with that MAC-10. And it looks like they will indeed be bringing the bomb towards the A site here. Grusarn able to catch Mangus in CT spawn with the scout on the rotate there. That's a bit of an upset in that 1v1. The live able to catch Relax, rotating around Cubby's side, showing quite a deal of patience there, waiting for that kill. Matisse and Aegis able to guard A main and back halls here with relative ease. Matisse will finish off the round there with kill onto Freddy Frog, and Enterprise up by 7 round. Excuse me. Yeah, up by 7 now. Thought that might have just been their 12th round. That's actually their 13th round. And Apeks essentially gonna have to win this round if they want to stop Enterprise from closing this one out here pretty soon. Asilion gets aggressive early, does finish off Aegis, but the live right there for the immediate trade with the MAC-10. Apeks probably going to have to play this one a bit safer than they are, but they're already pushed up so far here. Forsey potentially about to make contact here with Grusarn, who was pushed up all the way through B long, and Matisse gonna make him pay for getting that aggressive. And as mentioned, Apeks probably should have played this a bit safer. Now with Matisse running into the site and getting that pick, regardless of Dennis getting the Dennis getting more than a trade. So maybe the momentum now swinging. Mangus does bring it to a 1v1. Dennis with only 6 HP remaining. Can he come out on top of this one? He makes visual contact, but not able to fire off his weapon yet. Mangus finishing him off there with a quick reaction onto B ramp. And Enterprise indeed getting close to that match point scenario here, securing a 14th round for themselves. Broussard showing off that deagle accuracy early in the round here. Enterprise still making their way onto the A site regardless. Forsey coming up huge there with that 2K op. One of those shots partially through that smoke grenade, if not completely through that smoke. And Enterprise now sitting at match point here on map 1. Forsey again pushing through A main and finding a pick there. Apeks left in a bit of... Whoa, what's... that was unexpected. There must be some kind of server issue going on here. Well, stay with us just a minute here. Let me see officially what's going on. right, guys, bear with us for just a couple more minutes here. There was a bit of an issue with the Go TV at the end of that last match, but it did indeed end at 16-6 in Enterprise's favor, and we'll be back in just a few minutes for map 2. Apparently there's a slight chance that there could be some technical issues later, but we should be all right for the most part, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes for map 2 Inferno.
Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Bring me to life. Safe only, even though we burn from the light I bleed. But she bring me back, not a heart attack could take away all the love I had for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Oh, you bring me to
Yeah. Let's talk. Look, ayo, we rose from the dust to the sun. They claiming that we the one, never one-on-one. Teamwork till we done. Sent on a mission, we got ambition. Never scared, we won't run. Never one and done. Some sit back and some like the hunt. I pick my teammates up when they fall. And if I ball, we all ball. Crashing balls, crossovers and all. Just call us the balls. Don't fear nothing, call us galore. Serving them all. We outside, we barely indoors because we gave it everything when we had nothing. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Holding on by a thread, couldn't grab nothing. Seems we moved on to a better place. Shine, shine away from the shade. But now that we're here, ain't no going back. This is the moment to go. This is the moment to shine. This is the moment to show. Show me the rocks you could climb. This is the moment to feel the path like you legally blind. I can promise this is ours, cause we built for this, kill for this. Pushing buttons, do it quick, push it off and do assist. Oh, y'all think we new to this? Pound for pound, break it down. Watch what we gon' do with this. Teamwork got us fluid with, make y'all look like sewages. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Holding on by a thread, couldn't grab nothing. Seems we moved on to a better place. Shine, shine away from the shade. But now that we're here, ain't no going back.
Never let you double cross them. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you not one. You ain't sacrificed, nah, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hearing none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. How you know the flow, got him coming back. Who I was in the past, I'm on it.
Sitting on a bench, waiting for the time to pass, dreaming of what happens next. I see what I wanna be, questioning my destiny, only knowing what I see. I don't even realize I've already made a path, and I can change it myself day after day, it's time to prove it. No days off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see you be what you want it to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said all. I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said all. I know I empower those who dream like me. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody.
And we are officially back here live for Map 2 Inferno of this BO3 Enterprise, coming up big there on Map 1 Ancient, taking it 16-6 here over Apeks. Matisse leading the charge for Enterprise into the B site here. No damage going out quite yet. Smokes are down. Enterprise moving into the site. And Apeks essentially going to be forced into a retake scenario here no matter what. Mangus pops up onto first barrels here. He's still not able to get a pick, but Forsey there guarding Banana does find the head of Grusarn. Bomb successfully planted. Apeks is going to be forced to retake, as mentioned. Asilion does find the live peeking there from ledge. Aegis in a perfect spot, though, to intercept Freddy and Relax. The two brothers coming in there, rotating CT spawn towards Flower. Mangus does make contact with Dennis to finish off the round there. And Enterprise securing the first round here of Map 2. EP again, trying to move up Banana early, but some nicely placed Molotovs from Apeks going to force them to fall back just a bit here. Apeks did opt to buy out here. That's going to be 5 Desert Eagles on the CT side. Forsey moving up middle, is seen from both sides, does return fire on both sides, but no kills going out yet. Nice HE thrown in there to the B site from Enterprise. That is going to tag Grusarn all the way down to 45. Relax getting tagged down to 36 as well over near Jungle. And EP looks like they will be committing towards Jungle side here. It's still unknown if they're going to wrap all the way around to B or if they're just wrapping internally there to A site. It looks like they do want to squeeze onto the A side still. Mangus going to have to be careful of that remaining player in default, but that's going to be Freddy. He's already taken out by Mangus there. Some nice AK play from both Mangus and Aegis to clear out the site. Enterprise able to cleanly fend off any chance Apeks had there at a retake, and Grusarn and Asilion will indeed be saving those Desert Eagles. C4 officially detonated Enterprise with their second round of the map, and Apeks again going to be forced into a save here with between 2,400 and 3,400 to work with per player, and nearly all five below that $3,000 mark. Enterprise again on the early banana peeking. Not going to find any damage yet. He just did get tagged down to half HP, though, from that defensive peak. Mangus pushing into window from rail boost finds a quick thinking headshot onto Asilion. And that might favor Enterprise here as they make their way towards the A site. Mangus making his way out Boiler as the rest of its team flies out from balcony. Freddy Frog right there with the Zeus. Incredible close range tag there. His brother Relax on the rotate, able to pick up a USP headshot, and Grusarn able to capitalize on that Deagle sneakiness as well as he rotates out from quad, making his way back towards jungle here with Dennis. They're going to swap weapons. Grusarn now on the AK-47, 2-on-2 situation, less than 40 seconds remaining in the round. Matisse tossing that smoke grenade from sight, faking the plant, going back to check his balcony, now potentially going back to commit the plant. Mangus making the kill at mid onto Dennis, and it's all up to Grusarn now. He does not have a kit. Looks like he might want to stick this. He is going to stick this. Mangus making the peek just in time around the corner there. I think he may have thought Grusarn was on the fake initially, then realized he was actually sticking the bomb with no kit there. And Apeks almost pulling that round out for themselves, but not quite able to do so. A kit would have done it. But they were indeed on a majority save there. Forsey with an early aggressive off pick there. I believe towards Banana. Caught Grusarn peeking around the corner of Banana entry there. EP now making their way into the site. CT cross smoked off. And Enterprise committing all the way to the rush there. Freddy Frog able to pick off Mangus. Over at the A site, 4C and company looking to hold B in this 4-on-4. Aegis does find Asilion partially through that smoke grenade at construction. He's now watching construction. He is going to Molotov that off. And Apeks again with essentially no time to work with here. They're going to have to fall back if they want to save these guns. Absolutely no time left. Now it's just for kills here. And unfortunately, Freddy and Dennis both dying with their weapons at the end of the round there. A very strange play, to say the least. They could have gone for that save several seconds before that. Decided not to. I guess thought they were at least going to get the exits before dying with the bomb, but even that didn't really happen. Kind of went down to the bomb without putting out much damage before that. So a bit of a tragic round for Apeks there. Looks like they had a pretty good shot at the retake, but just couldn't string the kills together there. Enterprise looking strong again as they take the A site. Some nicely placed smokes to block off any kind of visuals from Library there. But regardless of that, Aegis going to get tagged down to 2 from Library. Apeks again on the majority save here. 3 Deagles and MP9. And an op in the hands of Relax. Excuse me, Asilion has a P250, not a Deag here. Regardless, Apeks still going to be forced to save what they can here. They're not going to be able to retake this late. Enterprise taking a commanding 5-round lead here in the first half of map 2, and Apeks still trying to get something going here. They're on a full buy. They're really going to need this round to start turning things around. Can't let Enterprise run away with this too much in the first half, but Forsey says, why not? Picks up a quick op headshot there, boosting onto his teammate's head in Banana, looking down at Banana entry. Grusarn with a clean headshot there from Sandbags. Gonna be able to dissolve that Molotov thrown at him. We're left in a 4-on-4 here. Minute 10 on the clock. Mangus and the Live making their way towards the A side here. Going all the way out balcony already. The Live nearly touching Freddy Frog's body there as he almost walks into him. Lands the headshot through the smoke. Must have been staring at his screen pretty closely there to find the outline of that one. One-man advantage here for Enterprise, and Grusarn and Asilion going to be forced to save again here on the Apeks side. And Enterprise just seems to have Apeks all figured out today. They've just been the more aggressive and more productive team offensively. Enterprise up 6-0. Apeks will be able to squeeze out another rifle buy here. Relax actually with quite a bit of money to fall back on due to those saves. Dennis aggressively pushing middle already. Matisse does find the trade a couple seconds later. Freddy Frog with an aggressive pick of his own there at Banana. Grusarn coming into Banana to back his teammate up here. I guess he's got an invisible AK skin as well. Let's check out that invisible AK, boys. Looking at crisp with the brand new see-through AK. Enterprise inching towards the A site here. Flying out of balcony, Matisse finds the headshot onto Freddy Frog into pit. That might be the most important kill there to take the A site. Forsey able to kill Relax in default as well, and BP on another clean A take here. Grusarn and Asilion once again left as the final members remaining for Apeks. Looks like they will go for this. Forsey will find Grusarn coming in from jungle there, and Asilion looking for an exit before this inevitable save, but not going to even find that as Mangus too prepared there, checking all his angles at middle. And it looks like a timeout has been taken by Apeks. Would have liked to see them take a timeout earlier than this, to be honest. Enterprise up 7-0. Apeks has some serious work to put in here. The Live over here on the Enterprise actually not finding his first kill yet, but not going to matter as the rest of his team looking pretty solid here, led by Mangus with 8 kills. Apeks peeking into Banana early. It's going to be Grusarn finding first blood onto Matisse. Mangus, though, he's got a CT literally on his head. What is happening? Aegis, his teammate, thankfully there to finish off the kill, but Mangus nearly losing his life to some absolute madness there. Enterprise now making their way onto the B site, but not quite yet. Apeks still with some time to move around. The live eventually drawing first blood there. His teammate Mangus backing him up with a quick AK headshot onto Dennis. Plant will go down. Aegis tagged down to 7 HP in the midst of all that chaos. That's going to leave only Freddy, Frog, and his twin brother Relax remaining here as they rotate from the A site to B. Freddy leading in for the brothers here. The brothers still with a chance at this, but I think Freddy just threw a nade off his own brother's head. Some nades still being thrown into sight here. Apeks not giving up on this, and that was definitely the play to make. Good commit from Apeks on the retake. Relax will get the defuse. Thankfully, Apeks did have kids this time. It looks like Apeks will be calling for a timeout again here. Actually, both Enterprise and Apeks both called for a timeout at the same time, which is very interesting. I don't know if one of them noticed the Enterprise called it first. I'm not sure if Apeks realized that. Oh, no, they took one right after Enterprise's timeout expired, maybe. Either way, I'm sure both teams would like a minute to breathe and think about how they're going to proceed here. Apeks looking to turn things around here aggressively if they can, and Enterprise, I'm sure, doesn't want that to turn into the case here. Aegis draws first blood here on behalf of Enterprise, but Grusarn right there to exchange the HE nade, finishing off Aegis, bringing us to a 4v4 here. Still quite a bit of time remaining. Grusarn coming up massive, double AK headshot there at Banana entry, and Enterprise gonna feel that one. Freddy Frog throwing in his accuracy at middle. Forsey able to get a quick trade on him, though. Nice shot from Forsey with the AWP. Forsey likely going to be forced to save this, but he's actually going for it. Got the bomb out, fakes it, doesn't realize Dennis is right behind default box. Dennis getting a bit aggressive there, shooting the corpse. And it looks like Apeks might be getting back into this. They've got quite a bit of money to fall back on if this round doesn't go their way, whereas Enterprise not quite able to get a full buy-in this round. Matisse and Adi just having to settle for Galils here. Relax, falling back towards balcony after taking a considerable amount of damage there after he pushed A Halls. Gets tagged all the way down to 13, actually. Mangus narrowly avoiding taking a lot more damage from that HE nade. Does get tagged down to 79. Has a teammate in Matisse at similar health. About a minute remaining on the clock here. Enterprise not fully committing to that A site yet, but they do have the bomb lurking there and have for quite a while now. Relax, showing off his patience here at that jungle angle. Does connect on the headshot to 4C. Matisse and company moving up. Relax, able to catch Matisse on the cross there through jungle. EP still trying to make their way onto the A side. The live finding Dennis outside of library cubby there. The live with a chance to clear sight does kill Freddy there on default. 3v2 situation for Apeks. Make that a 3v1. Nice shot from Gusarn. Mangus there, able to trade from Pit, able to also bunny hop his way into sight there. Picks up the bomb and gets the headshot onto a Cillion as well. Tagged down to 4 HP during that interaction. All up to Mangus now with 4 HP. Relax, making his way towards balcony. Whips out his P250. He's looking in the right direction here. Mangus gonna hear those footsteps and contact made. Perfect peek from Mangus from behind corner box of opposite side of sight. Lands a quick thinking headshot there, and Enterprise increasing their lead back to 6 rounds once again here in the first half. That'll be Apeks calling for a timeout once more here. Enterprise splitting up on their default here. Laying down some spam from Alt and B, but not making any major moves yet. EP now looking to commit to the A site, making their way all the way up mid here. They've got at least 2 players headed towards the jungle side, maybe going to be aggressive and walk through that smoke grenade. Relax, though. Holding the corner back opposite of library there. And Relax with a second kill from near back of jungle. And that's going to be enough to send Enterprise packing and rotating towards Banana. Apeks sitting at a 2-man advantage with less than 30 seconds left on the clock. It looks like Enterprise will successfully save their remaining rifles here. Apeks able to grab themselves a much-needed third round here, but they're going to need more than that before this first half is over. Otherwise, second half is going to take quite a lot of energy to come back here. Quick exchange being made at the top of mid there between Forsey and Freddy Frog. The Live stepping in to get a trade for himself as well. Grusarn getting tagged down all the way to 10 HP there over at Banana in the midst of all that. EP making their way onto the A site here. The Live able to take out Asilion initially near default, but Apeks coming up strong there on the rotation from Library. But it's only Grusarn remaining now with 10 HP. The Live able to get the cross angle there from sight. The Enterprise bouncing right back after losing that crucial rifle round. Grabs himself a 9th round here in the first half of this BO3. Enterprise did win map 1 Ancient pretty convincingly, 16-6, so the pressure is certainly on here for Apeks. Apeks getting aggressive here at Banana. Grusarn and Asilion going to be taken out almost immediately by the accuracy of Matisse's AK-47 there. Two-man advantage for Enterprise. Apeks still has 3 rifles to work with here. Dennis and Relax on the crossfire at mid. Freddy keeping an eye on the B side. Relax going to be the first one to make contact. Peeking out of Cubby with that AUG. But Enterprise already walking their way onto the B site, essentially, as Freddy was floating during all of that. And it looks like Apeks will decide to save at A here, which is a bit strange. If Freddy had stayed either on the B side or closer to the B site there, he likely could have got at least one entering. And Apeks would have had a chance at the retake here, but they're going to play it for next round. C4 will officially detonate, and Enterprise grabbing themselves a 10th round here. Can Apeks bounce back from this? They've dug themselves into a bit of a hole here. Grusarn and Asilion going to have to settle for MP9s here in round 14. Freddy, his brother, and Dennis all able to retain their rifles from last round. Apeks getting aggressive here at Banana, but once again, it's going to be Matisse coming out on top, getting a second headshot for himself. And that's Grusarn and Asilion getting taken out early again here. And Enterprise just seems to have Apeks all figured out. Granted, Apeks probably should not have been peeking Banana so aggressively there. I mean, I like the confidence, but at the same time, it's almost like they aren't quite showing Enterprise maybe the respect due here. Enterprise A 2-man advantage with less than a minute remaining here in round 14. Dennis holding off the B site initially there for Apeks, but Matisse on the immediate trade. And that's going to be enough distraction for Enterprise to plant the bomb here, and Apeks forced back to the A site to save. Enterprise going into the final round of the first half, up 11-3. And Apeks essentially putting all their hopes on the second half here. Enterprise moving up banana already. Grusarn right there to get a nice little collat 2K. Showing some life from Apeks again here. 1-man advantage for Apeks. 4C does still have that AWP. Apeks gonna have to be careful about peeking too much more here. It's going to be all up to Dennis and Grusarn to get at least a couple kills here. Dennis takes out the live, finds a second. That's bombed down as Mangus falls, and it's only going to be 4C remaining. Grusarn rotating back from Coffin there, completing the kill. And Enterprise has their lead sliced to 7 there at the very end, but we'll see if Apeks can pull off a comeback here in the second half. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
For a night or two, losing sleep just to get a few. Day to day, you wanna stay out. You're chasing the night, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night,
Call my bluff for the last time. This ain't a song, it's a battle cry. No life. I see the clue between the strobe lights. I'm haunted, black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Used to want it bad, used to want it bad, but I can't taste it. I can't help you now, okay? Follow me, okay? Black Got too much up on my plate, now I can't think. I said woke up, take a X, and now I'm feeling this is it. Want the money, want the rest. I do purse, not no cess. They say, Don, it's why you sad. I said, I just need to think. Red tape, got too close, I hate the city. Black face, show you everything you need till you fornicate it bad. Someone said it is sad, 'cause I used to want it bad. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you too many times, yeah. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you. I know it's in my head. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay.
Welcome back to the stream, everybody. We are officially going live for the second half here between Enterprise Esports and Apeks. Enterprise indeed clinched Map 1 Ancient 16-6, so the pressure is heavy on Apeks. Enterprise on a pretty wild setup here. They've got all three players boiler side. They had two actually in boiler. They still do. That's Matisse and a teammate in boiler. Gonna make the peak. Matisse able to get Dennis on that side angle. Freddy Frog, though, coming up with two big Glock picks. The live there to eventually make the trade. Asilion leading the way into sight here for Apeks. We'll find the headshot onto balcony. And Grusarn able to wrap around A-Halls there, finds Matisse looking the opposite direction there into sight. Adijus making his way past Library Cubby in that smoke grenade, gonna fall back 1v3, and this is gonna have to be quite a play if he's gonna make something of this one. Grusarn trying to finish him off from balcony, and he does. Nice headshot from Grusarn, and that'll be a 5th round for Apeks. Not out of this yet. Relax, opening things up there with the Galil. Apeks continuing to spread out a bit. Now fully regrouping at Banana, making their way into the B site. Matisse from first barrels finds a quick 1D under Grusarn and backs it up with another headshot onto Relax. Quick trade coming in from Dennis with that MAC-10, but ultimately Adijus there to take him out with the CZ. 1v2 situation for Asilion here. Does have the AK in hand, going up against a Scout and a Desert Eagle in the hands of Mangus, and it's gonna be that deagle from Mangus catching Asilion from the close corner in construction. Rough one there for Asilion. Apeks really needed that round. Enterprise coming up with a massive eco here to clinch the 12th round in the second half. Asilion firing off some Deeg shots into Banana there through that smoke grenade, not landing any damage yet. Apeks with 5 Desert Eagles still here. About 50 seconds left in the round. It looks like they do want to commit to the A site here. The live opening things up with a peek from Quad. Takes out Freddy Dennis right there to get the 1D trade from Boiler. Forsey throwing his Galil into the mix from Cubby. Ultimately traded by Asilion. That leaves us in a 3-on-3 with only 30 seconds remaining. Galil dropped to Relaxa here from his teammate. Asilion opting to just use the Deagle here with only 31 HP remaining. They're going to have to be real careful of Mangus and Pit here, and Mangus will indeed convert the headshot onto Asilion, looking for a second, not finding it yet. Dennis able to take out Mangus, and Pit does get traded from Matisse all the way over by Library Cubby. Leaves only Relaxed remaining, tries to make some kind of last-second plant happen, but there was just no way for that. Enterprise was already closing into the site with no time remaining, and Enterprise now up by 8 here as they inch closer to match point, up 13-5. Forsey pushing down mid aggressively, paying off so far. Quick MP9 headshot onto T-Ramp. Impressive play from Forsey there. Mangus as well pushing with the MP9. And EP not giving Apeks any room to breathe on this eco round. Forsey flying up through all the halls here. Finds a headshot onto Relax. Backs it up with a second kill there with the MP9 onto Dennis. And Enterprise within 2 rounds of clinching this map potentially. Apeks going to have to do something quickly and drastically if they want to turn this one around. Apeks still leaning towards Banana here. Going to be held off for a bit by those Molotovs. Now that those have dissipated, going to have to make a decision whether or not to fall back. Looks like they will indeed fall back. About 1:10 with Apeks to work with here. Apeks on a split here, not totally giving up on Banana control yet. Matisse has his teammate drop next to him, but that's actually going to be 3 members of Enterprise at B. Apeks had no way of knowing that, almost basically did run into a trap there. Tried to take A simultaneously, but Forsey coming up huge from Pit there. 3 big op kills, and Enterprise now sitting at match point here in the second half of map 2, and Apeks with no money to work with and would have to go on a 10-round streak here to bring it to OT. Seemingly too tall of a task, but let's see how this round goes. Contact being made at Banana here again. And another slew of utility coming out from both sides. Freddy and Relax tagged pretty hard there from that HE coming down from Enterprise. Just lands the initial headshot from Sandbags. Freddy right there for the trade, but Matisse stepping in for his own trade. Grusarn finishing off Matisse with a quick AK headshot as he peeks around that final wall of Banana. Brings us to a 3-on-3 situation. Only 22 seconds remaining. Dennis looking to keep the hopes alive here for Apeks. Runs into the A site, gets that initial MAC-10 kill. Mangus does take out a Cillion there near jungle, but Apeks still in a 2v1. The live moving towards the site from Library Cubby. Grusarn spots him and finishes him off with an AK headshot, and Apeks will indeed get themselves a 6th round. This one isn't over yet. Relax posted on Firewood here with a couple of its other teammates moving up. Banana led by Grusarn, who's going to land a headshot onto Forsey, who was standing in CT cross there. Grusarn looking for another pick here in the B site. I think he's aware that there might be 2 still in the site here. Matisse does open up firing onto a Cillian, takes him out quickly with the M4. Grusarn there for the trade, but Aegis ultimately going to come out of that one as the last CT remaining there in the B site. Freddy and Aegis each exchanging some fire here, but ultimately the live taking out Freddy, crossing jungle. Dennis able to get the trade a few seconds later with the AK. Brings us to a 1v1. Aegis versus Dennis. Dennis faking the plant, makes the quick peek there towards library side. Bomb successfully planted here. Let's see if Dennis can keep this match going for a bit longer. And Dennis will indeed make the crouch kill onto Aegis there post-plant, and Apeks grabs himself a 7th round, but they're going to need quite a lot more than that to bring it to OT. 1 round at a time, though. Let's see what happens here. Cillian leading things for Apeks here at Banana. Once again finds 2 quick headshots with that AK. Matisse able to pull in a deagle kill for the CTs here, but Dennis again keeping Apeks in the game here. Finishes off that round with a formidable 2K crouching into the B site. Apeks slicing that lead to 7 rounds, still not out of this yet. Grusarn again with an early pick for Apeks here. And Grusarn able to lead Apeks all the way through jungle wrap. Gets the kill onto Forsey and site as well. And this should be a 9th round for Apeks, barring any tragic event here. Looks like Matisse and Adigis will be able to successfully save their weapons here. Adigis not so much. Thought he was going to fall back further there towards T-spawn, but Apeks, regardless, on the hunt there. Apeks making their way to mid-control, and Banana as well, where Dennis is going to be able to line up a quick 3K with that AK. So Apeks, again, certainly still in this. It's going to be only Mangus remaining here for the counter-terrorists. Mangus potentially going to get caught off guard here as he pushes out of A stairs. He had no way of knowing Freddy was going to be waiting there. Not going to be able to save his M4. And Apeks slicing the lead to within 5 rounds, the closest they've been since early in the first half. And it looks like Enterprise will call for a timeout here. I believe a technical timeout. Live play has resumed. Unsure of what the tech issue was there. Enterprise trying to finish this off. They've been sitting at match point for over 4 rounds here. Apeks again taking control of Banana early. They're going to be met by a head stack here. Matisse and company right around the corner. There's going to be a 3rd player at B to deal with as well. Freddy, though, not deterred as he makes his way onto the A site from balcony, lands a quick headshot. Grusarn with an AK headshot of his own over near sandbags brings us to a 4-on-3 one-man advantage here for Apeks. Relax, trying to make something happen here again with the AWP at Banana, but does take quite a bit of damage there, tagged down to below half HP. Freddy gonna have to be careful of quad. He does check it just in time to save his teammate there. That's the live falling at quad. There's gonna be a Aegis in sight to deal with as well. Quick trade going out there. Freddy still alive here in the site, will get the bomb planted. And it's Matisse forced to save this AK-47, and apparently we've got a match on our hands here. Apeks going to secure an 11th round for themselves. This is going to be the 5th round in a row here for Apeks. Some stack action here at middle. Flower pot ledge outside of boiler being utilized here for the CTs. Forsey awaiting contact at middle here. It's actually going to be the live drawing the first kill there onto Dennis at balcony. Does get traded by Asilion. Forsey left in an awkward situation with the Desert Eagle here. And Relax ultimately going to capitalize on that close range from Boiler with the AWP. Asilion making a perfect lineup there from Quad. Nice 2K from Asilion, and that might be enough for Apeks to hold on to another round, but still unknown as Matisse still alive with that AK-47 and doesn't have exact information yet, and that is going to cost him. Did not know that Grusarn was still in boiler there. Grusarn going to make him pay immediately as he peeked. Apeks only down by 3 now. And if they can keep playing like they have these past several rounds, this could certainly be going to overtime. Apeks and company taking control of Boiler and A-Halls again here. Sending Grusarn and another teammate back to check out Banana, potentially to pick up the C4 here as well. Asilion will indeed go back for the bomb. Apeks looks like they want to commit to A, but not doing so quite yet. Still waiting for a pick to come in here. A lot of utility going out here. Forsey will stop Grusarn defensively. Another pair of trades going out. Relaxa capitalizing with the AWP as well. Bomb being planted. And Apeks able to get the bomb planted with 4 seconds left. This is insane that they're still staying in this so consistently. Looks like Aegis and Matisse will fall back for the saves here. And Apeks still in this, grabbing themselves a 13th round. Only time will tell if we will be going to overtime. Apeks open things up in Apex's favor, but Matisse right there for the trade with the AK-47 drops 2. That's going to bring the one-man advantage for Enterprise. And the pressure is mounting for Apeks. 3v4, minute 22 on the clock. Can they keep extending the streak towards overtime? Or can Enterprise finally overcome and clinch this? Cillian does drop a Aegis, but Matisse finding another pick for himself there at Banana. It's only Freddy Frog and Dennis remaining. Freddy about to make contact with the live. He's going to convert that headshot. Brings us to a 2-on-2 situation. Going to have to be careful if he utilizes Boiler here. Forsey likely going to be ready for that. And Matisse does indeed show his patience and his accuracy with that AK once more. Able to fend off that final terrorist, and Enterprise holding on for the dub here. 2-0 over Apeks. Dennis and the lads had a good shot at a comeback there, but just not quite able to pull it off. That was a fun one. And there's going to be a lot more exciting premiere coverage and other event coverage coming up soon this week. I'll be casting the GGPR match versus Coldest Riders over on the GGPR channel tomorrow. Be sure to hang out with us for that one. At the moment, we're actually going to go ahead and raid Flom and give him a firm what's up. And other than that, give me a follow on Twitter if you'd like. Same alias, @HamTara1H. Thanks for coming out and supporting, guys. See you next time.